foolishness, this mockery. You would confound me with these cheap illusions, whilst you deign to lecture me about what should exist or not. Begone!
It wasn't the ending I was expecting at all. I've been playing since early access, so much so I quickly surpassed my Hades 1 game time. I killed Kronos a lot. Who knows how many times I heard "Death to Kronos" before the full release. I was fully on board with the mission's oath until the story had other ideas. What would happen if Kronos was kind and endearing? Seeing our new grandfatherly Kronos interact with his past self opened up a new question for me. How would you react if you knew a future version of you is nothing like the you now? We are witness to two different ends of a spectrum, a titan full of vengeance and spite, and a titan who chose a different path. Creating space for us to explore more refreshing and nuanced scenarios as the Olympians navigate life with their new frenemy. Therefore, it got me thinking, how attached are we and others to our current identity? And how much change do we deny ourselves because of it? A welcome twist on the bloody pages of Greek mythology that we are used to. I enjoy it when a story subverts my expectations. It's more fun for me to explore the how and the why. Let's take Kronos first seeing his new self. He outright rejects him. What an old Kronos thing to do. But would you reject a version of yourself that you never believed you could become? Identity is something that we are attached to. It helps us to form an idea of who we are and who we want to become. It is a reflection of our expressions, our values, our passions. But what if we become someone outside of these borders? What if we opened ourselves up to the idea of who we are without those things? Or who we could become if we didn't limit our parameters to only things we know? It could be a door to a whole new world of how you experience life, and that might cause a little or a lot of change. Kronos changes the need of survival because Zagreus opened up a new door for him that he didn't consider before, an idea he first looked upon with disgust. Stepping through that door exposed him to fond memories, growth, and a new version of himself. It's easy to stick with what we know of ourselves and who we are to other people, but to remain that way without exploring doors that are available to you will cost you those moments of newfound joy as well as growth as a person. It could even cost you the version of yourself you're striving to obtain. It might be a door that changes you so much you don't recognize yourself anymore. How lucky are we to evolve to a point that we can get to relearn and know ourselves again. We don't have to stay the same, and we are one decision away from starting to change. From that moment, your story may not go the way you expect it, yet you may find a new chapter awaiting your arrival. This ending also shows us that change can have a rippling effect throughout. Kronos' change and suppression causes new interactions to be born in ways the Olympians didn't expect to face. New hurdles arise as relationships are steered toward uncharted waters. We are faced with making decisions we either have avoided or never thought would come to pass. Take the Olympians' feelings towards Kronos. It reopens old wounds, but now in a way of exploring coexistence with someone where the relationship has been a battle of survival. Kronos, or the Olympians. Yet now that struggle is over, what do you do? How are you meant to react? How can you even begin to trust him? There is no correct answer, but I do feel that Mel and Hecate express it well.
You refer to Kronos. I long to see that wretch destroyed. My heart remains poisoned by the thought. I am attempting still to draw that poison out. Do give me time.
I remember you once told me that destroying Kronos would not change the past, and that the pain would linger.
And I was probably correct. Yet we cannot help but reassess the turns our lives take, through our own choices and otherwise.
Change now does not change the past or your past actions, nor will it necessarily change people's feelings and views of you. I think for many people, this stops them from changing. The bars of people's views, and more so of their own, keeps them restrained in the security of what they know. If you're always seen as a villain or a hero, then it's easy to get lost and caught up in the perceptions around you, causing you to play the part and close the door that might step out of bounds of those roles, causing change to be messy, uncomfortable, and hard. And sometimes it is out of our control. But the only real change that we can control is ourselves. Inside, how do we feel about ourselves? What is our purpose? Who do we want to become? What do we want to do? Outside, what do we project out to the world? How do we show up for ourselves and others? Are we isolated or do we have community? So many questions mean so many unanswered opportunities to explore. Change is inevitable. We can't stop it, but we can embrace it. So let's talk about other people's perceptions affecting change. Seeing a changed Kronos feels bizarre, almost too good to be true. I'm still skeptical that it's even real, as are many of the Olympians. That feeling is completely valid. So much of our experience and knowledge of Kronos is not good. It paints him as a villain, which his character strongly reinforces. For this sudden change to occur to a character so deeply full of spite and vengeance, it's hard to believe his new memories allowed him to just let it all go. I think it's fine for things to not make sense sometimes. You will find experiences where the simplest of things can cause a sudden change, while other changes may take lifetimes. It gives the gods a more humane appearance, as we aren't rational beings. We don't always do things out of logic. We are flawed, just like the gods and titans. Ultimately, the change in someone else can be hard to accept, and accepting the change of ourselves in ways we never foresaw can be even harder. The rippling effects can cause us to perceive ourselves and others in a different way, and that can take time to process. It is in that time that we can observe how a person has changed, or how we have changed, and then trust and allow ourselves to make a different decision if that feels right for you. Would I come round to trusting Kronos? I don't know. All I can trust now is that Kronos will do whatever he has to survive, for that is what he has shown me in this game's story. Looking ahead, I'm excited to see how the dynamics evolve. Will there be more dialogue between Kronos and himself, as well as the other characters? Will we eventually find the three fates? What preordained plans will they have in store for us? Anyhow, Destiny calls for that to be a topic for another video. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought of the ending to 1.0 and Kronos' sudden change. And as always, please like and subscribe for more content.